For me, definitely it would be Darkness Here too. It is something that I really wish to see one day. Okay, so it seems that you want to say the game, so let's start with the magic button. So when you're going to play Heroes 3 HD, you will be able at any time to switch between SD and HD, of course. Just press F2 button. So here we go, come back to 4/3 screens. For me, continue to do the thrill, but nowadays we can play with your screen. So we will just start a new game just to show you the basics and implement first modification of the game. We will continue to answer the question, of course. This scenario, basic one, but when you play with friends, it's just the best one. So we've received a lot of questions recently concerning the extensions. So yeah, unfortunately we don't have the extension for this project right now. The fact is, when we started this project, we didn't have the source code, and the main objective was to celebrate the 15th anniversary of Heroes 3 Vanilla, so the restoration of Eurasia. Today we are glad we were able to do this project, even if we hope that one day we could do the rest of it, of course, because complete edition is something that the fans are asking, and us too. But we are also thrilled to be able to have today a tablet version, etc. So it was worth it even without the extension, I think. So concerning random map generator, yes, you will still be able to, no, sorry. Concerning map generator, I'm sorry, random map was on extension, my bad, definitely my bad. Concerning the map editor, it will be back on Heroes 3 HD edition on Steam. You will be able to create your map and share them in your favorite Heroes maps website, such as Heroes for Maps, etc. Before going into more details, I might give you the opportunity, I want to say a few more words and leave you go for today, because we have more people incoming, more details to share about the game. So thank you very much, Erwan. It was a pleasure to see you today. Do you have any few words to share?
Just a couple of last ones. The first is that every time you open up a hero map, be it Hero 3 or 5, etc., I'm always happy to see that, what we call the Christmas tree feeling of this adventure map, with the resources, the interactive buildings, the creatures that you can fight, a world that is fantasy, yes, but colorful, appealing, with a touch of magic, and let's say it's almost fairyland, but that takes itself seriously. That's what I like about the series. When I was first asked to work on Might Magic, when we got the IP from 3D on Neural Computing back in 2003, I was already in charge of a couple of fantasy IPs within Ubisoft, and so Might Magic came into my portfolio, and I said, hey, I know Might Magic already, I played a couple of games, I like it, and our first mission was to say, but what shall we do with this franchise? So obviously we said we have to do a Heroes game, so Heroes 5 was born, and then we said we have to do maybe an RPG game, but less classic and old school than the traditional Might Magic series. So after looking for a studio, we found Arcane, and Darkness I was born. So that were the two original projects. Concerning the world, I know a lot of people ask why Ubisoft rebooted the entire world and went for Ashan and Hide Riders, and instead of conserving the storyline, the ancient, the Krians, the metaplot that exist within the 3D Neural Computing universe. Something at that time that was really lacking for us was source material. We got a couple of, let's say, code and closing kits from 3D Neural Computing, but no real world Bible, no documents. It was difficult to share with the dev team about this kind of information. On the internet, there were a couple of community websites that were pretty well informed on the various Might Magic game and the setting and the lore. But again, it was fragmentary, and really we were a bit scary about trying to set, for instance, the action of Heroes 5 in any world that was used previously by the Might Magic game. So it could have been Enroth or Arathia or Terra or whatever, or Varn even. But we really were scared to make huge lore mistakes that the fans would spot immediately, and they would hate us for that. So we said, okay, it's safer that we rebuild a universe from scratch, just keeping what to us is the spirit of the Might Magic series. So notably the factions. That's what you're showing at the moment. So we took a hard look at the factions and how they were designed and the spirit of the factions in terms of gameplay and art and mood and feeling. And we said, okay, this is the core element that we want to keep in this universe. There were also a couple of other things I liked in the Might Magic game, especially the fact that it was really mature in terms of storytelling for the time, already in shades of grey, with good characters doing bad things for reasons of their own that they felt were good, bad characters being charismatic and sexy and you want to play them and they may have legitimate motive for what they do. Something that was close to the book series that was rising at the time, Game of Thrones, that was really much into there's no evil guy and good guys, there are guys with different motives, they are entering into conflict. Some of them may be a little bit more noble than others, but it's really a question of perspective. So we really wanted that with the new world of Might Magic. It's really a legacy for us from the new world computing games. So that's why I enjoyed in Hero 3, in which there are a couple of maps in which you play both sides of the equation, the good and the bad, and you find that it's hard to determine if really a character is good or evil, like maybe in Tolkien where black and white and good and evil are more clear-cut. One little last funny anecdote, sorry I'm really talkative today, about Hero 3 that I liked, being French and playing the game and trying to get into the lore of the universe. I had a laugh when I realized that the necromancers in this world were from a country named Deja, because in French and in English the expression exists also. We speak a lot about déjà vu in French, the déjà vu in English. And so for necromancers it felt funny, like I've lived this before, you know, I'm almost eternal, I've been there for 1,000 years, so yeah, I know everything already, I have nothing new to learn, so I have this feeling of déjà vu. Anyway, it was very funny for me. Yeah, I still have that in mind when I hear the expression now. I always think of Hero 3.
So you think there is a link here?
Yeah, probably.
Probably. So yeah, as you mentioned before, it was a big risk for us when you talk about the franchise to not make mistakes with the previous universe.
Yeah.
So that's more or less what it started, the creation of Ashan.
At least we know that our most loyal fans spot inconsistencies between a couple of our games within the world of Ashan, and they exist, I have to admit it, mostly because sometimes, you know, the games have been developed very early on, like Heroes 5, when the world of Ashan was still under construction. We hope that with the current games being developed, there are no more mistakes like that. We really pay a lot of attention to it. One of our developers who maybe is familiar to the audience, Julien Pirou, who was
as Martin,
exactly. And we hired him originally as a map maker from the community, but now he's a lot of creative roles within Ubisoft on various Might Magic games. It's too bad we met him late because he's super knowledgeable about the pre-Ubisoft universe, so he could have helped us a lot back in the time. But now he's really the guy who helped us bring a couple of legacy heroes, artifacts, stories from the ancient world, let's say, into Ashan to make a nod to the traditional community, to really pay homage to what the guys at 3D have done, and to say that even if we don't have their universes anymore, we respect it, and some people within our team really love it too.
Yeah, we do. Definitely. And so yeah, the fact that it was sometimes difficult to interpret what was the intention of the original devs with some specific things. We had this problem with Heroes 3 HD, with all assets to be reworked. Sometimes it's difficult to know if a statue is a woman or a man. But for this point we will come back later with our friend Victor. Well, for now we will just do a small transition with the SD versus HD video. You might already have seen it before, but it will allow us to switch some key speaker here. So thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you, and thank you all guys for watching this, for being supportive of Night Magic and Heroes.
So we just take 2 minutes to put the video and we answer your question right after this break. Thank you very much. See you soon, everyone.
See you soon.
Peggy 12.
Et sur le cross-platform.
Hello again, guys. So we're back. So we have here with me, pleasure. We have Victor. Oh, sorry, I didn't start with the girl. Sorry. I will start. So we have Frederic. Frederic, you are associate producer on this title.
Thank you.
So we will define what this means in a few. And we have also Victor. So Victor was a creative director assistant, if I'm alright.
Yeah.
And we will also come back to this very soon.
Hi everyone.
So before asking you question, we will answer some of your question. So concerning random map generator, again, this is not part of the game. Unfortunately, the random map generator is part of the extensions.
Sorry guys,
but the map editor is here, and all the maps that were created for the original game, so the one you can find on your favorite website, are compatible with Heroes 3 HD.
And that's something, I may had a few comments about that. That's something really nice to work with Heroes 3 that would not be possible with 3D games, for example, is that the game is fully made of tiles, as you know, of course, and as you can see. And so all the maps that are just basic recomposition of the tiles, well, they're basically compatible because of this. And this was not really hard to achieve for us. And that's something really nice because there are hundreds of maps waiting for you to replay in HD.
Okay, so next question. So is there cross-platform play in Heroes 3 HD? So here we have a question for Frederic.
Unfortunately, no, we have no cross-platform. You can only play with the map editor and share your maps on PC only, because it was complicated on tablets to read the map editor and then put it in your own folders, and so the tablet environment is not very well for that. But the advantage of the tablets are that you can play with your friends and hot seat. This old mod that everyone played one day, and you can finally play it, as you said, in the train, not in the toilet, because with your friends it's very strange, but you can.
I never sit with friends.
Yeah.
So, and something great about the new Steam version is the lobby, the Steam lobby. So you can play, of course, a hot seat game with your friends, and of course with tablet edition. We have one tablet just to show you. We are not lying, guys. So here we go. Heroes 3 HD is available on tablet tomorrow. Fully working, all original maps, all original campaigns, and the traditional hard seat mode. And concerning the Steam version, we have today a new multiplayer mode, which is the online mode. So, as any important note from the team here.
That's something we added in there.
Something
yeah,
new.
Something new because, of course, the Steam lobby is international, and if you want to play with foreign players, it's better to play in English, like in every online multiplayer game. So we have this advice for players.
Just in case.
Just in case.
And it's just really simple one. We kept the traditional Heroes 3 interface, but then we're not able to host right now because the game is not launched yet. But you can try, but I don't want to break anything.
Nice Griffin. You see, we kept the traditional old computer screen for the interface.
So here you have the main screen where you can choose your scenario just like before, and you have the invite button on the bottom right, just here, and you can invite friends, just Steam friends, of course, to play the game with you. So we tried to make it easier and reaching the TCP/IP.
Yeah.
And
So far gone, this one.
yeah, that's easier, and that's better to play with.
Great. And it seems that we have a lot of questions concerning the version of the game. So we know we are talking about the restoration of Eurasia, but what about the version of the game? Does this game include latest patch of the original game, even after the release of the...
Yeah, when we retrieved the source code of this game, we try to know which balancing and things were added with the several patches. So we have only restoration of Eurasia, of course, but we balanced the game until the last patch we had.
Okay, so latest patch is included. Okay, so let's go back to the game for a while, and now we still have questions, but
We will not be able to cheat anymore.
yeah, some people spotted that I cheated before, but I will continue to do it because so we have, of course, only a model, and we have also general direction.
Believe me, he knows it.
We know them by heart now.
Yeah, we know them for years, but it was even more useful right now. Concerning the language of the game, do we have more information? Which language will be supported?
We supported English, French, Italian, German, Spanish, Russian, Polish, and Czech, and Chinese, and simplified Chinese.
Okay. So, quite a lot. It is not a cheat, it didn't work. Yeah, not me.
Oh,
So your favorite? My favorite.
mine too.
What about you?
That's feedback from.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
Got this beautiful.
So let's go back to ASD just now. So we will continue to show the game a bit and answer some questions if you still have some. About the game, Victor.
Yep.
So how many assets were there in this game?
Well, that was really nice because you know it's a game made of sprites, so every state of every creature, everything that moves in this game is a picture of a picture. It's called a sprite if you don't know. And there were 25,000 that I reviewed personally, so I know them now.
And I'm a witness.
Yes, 25,000. Yeah, so well, what we wanted to do really with these assets is keep the original consistency of the game. That's something might be actually quite difficult today, since there were like some things made of with I don't know 10 or 20 pixels, some little assets. And I've got an anecdote maybe I can share with you guys. About the artists, some of them enjoyed the game before and had played them. Some of them did not because they were too young. They didn't have, I don't know. And we had some surprises. Arno talked about the statue that we didn't know if it was a man and a woman or a woman. So we had to choose. Basically, that was not really,
No, we didn't choose. We thought what was the best and what was the most logical, of course. As you may know, guys, we are also working with VIPs concerning Heroes franchise for a while now. So we double-checked with them if there were big mistakes, but it seems that we were in the good direction, of course.
You had also the first tests for the game. We actually tried a few artistic directions before deciding. Well, because I think it was the best to keep the original gloomy feeling. You know, Heroes 3 has this kind of realistic approach to fantasy that I think is really nice, and that you can see right now on the Necropolis town screen and creatures. And well, we tried some things more cartoonish, and it was quite fun, I think.
Yeah, but we decided not to.
Of course. That was fun to see Heroes 3, but you can find many pictures on the internet with different versions of the artistic direction. And our job has been to try and stick as much as we could to the original feeling of the game. And that's quite difficult if you look at other HD ports, HD remaster, and we want it to be good on this one.
Yeah, sometimes it's difficult to know which direction is the best, but we really wanted to keep the same feeling. That's all about a feeling.
Yeah, and I think we agreed on this, so we were, right.
And we have a question about Steam achievement. Do we have Steam achievement on Heroes 3 today?
Yes, of course. We have Steam achievement and achievement on iPad and Android too, which are the same for all platforms. So we have something with some surprise in it, and we hope you would like it.
They've been made by fans, so we hope you will like it, and be sure to check them out. You know, this will be fun.
Yeah, there are some funny ones, and one you might discover very soon if, like me, you don't want to wait for a video to build all your buildings. So now we don't have, unfortunately, trading cards because it wasn't not on our planning, I think. And is there a difference between SD and HD? Yeah, there is, but of course you need to remember that here we are streaming a game, so you don't have the exact feeling. But I can assure you that on Retina screen or any full screen monitor, you will definitely see the difference. So let's try with the small button again. So here we are in HD, and we go back in 99. As you can see, the game is not ugly in 99 because I still love these tiles. I will not change my mind on it, definitely. But as you can see, we really wanted to refine the borders, have more clear visage, etc. Faces were definitely difficult.
Well, it's basically a problem of screen resolution, and well, you see, it was really nice. It still is, but it's still on low resolution screen. It's okay, but then if you go to bigger screens and all, and an iPad, it's not that good anymore. So, well, that's what the HD remaster is for, and I hope we did it right. I think we did.
As Heroes 3 myself, more than any Heroes games, I would say that I will definitely play it. No problem.
Me too. I have so long for so long now.
This game ruined my childhood, but sometimes you need to.
Well, you're here now, so it's okay.
To forgive. Yeah, man, and I'm glad I'm here. So it seems that we have a question about the cheats. So the cheats are back. Yeah, definitely. We already saw them.
For those who saw Arno was cheating a lot, cheats are available, of course, and we definitely wanted to keep them.
Yeah, they're funny and they're so useful for for players that don't really manage to finish their maps and want to see the end of the campaign. You know? So I don't say that's my case. No.
And are available on all platforms. So you can cheat on PC, you can cheat on iPad, and you can cheat on Android tablets.
It's important.
Yeah,
Of course.
We have a funny question. I will take it because why
you
not?
want
Did we added bugs on purpose?
No.
I don't think so.
That's a funny question. We try to, of course, not adding bugs because it's not the purpose of the project. But the funny thing I remember in the production process that we found legacy bugs, and that was quite funny sometimes because our testers did really hard work. And they always try the old SD edition and the HD edition to compare them and to see if the bug is new or old and if we can modify it and fix it. And we had a lot of bugs which are put in legacy bugs, and that was quite difficult sometimes to try out this. How we should fix this, but this one is prior because we did it, so we have to fix it, and so that was funny. But no, we try to not add some bugs of ourselves, of course.
Yeah, we don't need that. Not necessary. Maybe we can talk about the price right now. Because for now you might only know about the price for the Steam edition. So Steam is at $14.99 if I'm not saying any bullshit. And what about the tablet version?
On the tablet is at $9.99.
So $9.99 for the €9 and dollars. Yeah, same price for the tablet version, and again available tomorrow as for the Steam version.
Exactly.
Same ship, definitely. And since we are talking about the price of the game, it might be interesting for you that to know that we might do some giveaways at the end of the stream.
Stay tuned, guys.
Stay tuned, guys. We have some iOS keys and have also Steam keys. So
Full of surprise.
full of surprise. And we might also, for someone very lucky, have box of the game. So yeah, the game will also be available on retail on some countries. So several countries. Faction Nerfed. Well, I never found that castle was particularly OP, but we just like this. Concerning the map, so we told you before that we will have the map editor. So a small information about this one. It is important to know that you will still be able to share the maps, of course, with all your friends that play the Steam version of the game, and maybe even with the ones that still plays the old version of the game, because it's the same format.
Yeah. Basically, it's the same old map format of Hero 3, so it's all compatible.
It's time to move.
But we're not using the same engine as the game.
No, but it should be okay.
No, it is okay. We tried it. I'm 100% sure of that. You know where to find me, guys. If you have complained, please don't overrun the Evo 7 webpage. We have forum for Evo 3 too. So since we are talking about the production of the game, maybe it's time for, because we jumped a step and we didn't take the time to introduce what is Frederic doing in the team.
Right.
She's answering a lot of questions, but what is your role?
You may have understood now.
Yeah, I think you might have understood that.
Well, I'm associate producer. That means I'm part of the team which helped the dev team to reach the objective of the project, and so we are helping people to launch the test, to make feedback, to reach the fans, we help the community with Arno to give more assets. That's hard work every day to help everyone, and that's our job to
It seems that you need to speak louder, yeah. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's because you're guys and you have a strong voice and speak like that.
No, it's
so
not
yes, our job with the producer and all the guys are to lead the test and help the team for everything, to give them tools, to help them with debugs and see search information. That's what we do.
Okay.
I was working with Victor,
yeah,
who are helping us on the creative side and who review our assets, and that was our job too, to see if everything is on tracks and if we'll be on time. And
after a few months working with her, I needed to learn by heart all the name of every asset in the game. Because she was asking me like, what is A, B, X?
Yeah, you might remember some of them, but it was not always easy. If you guys already went into the source, not the source, but the assets of the game, because we're working on some great add-ons, because Heroes 3 have amazing community add-ons that we unfortunately do not support today, because we are not using the complete edition of the game. But if you had the opportunity to check this out, you understand that there is a lot of assets, and those ones were not very well.
Actually, there
referenced.
Was a naming code that Neural Computing was using, and we found it out and we explored it. It was well, the first letter basically of the asset folder or the asset file is well, refers to where the asset is going to be. So A would be adventure map, C would be creature on the combat screen, and T would be town. And then when you get used to it, it becomes really easier to find your way into this jungle of of little sprites.
Jungle of Heroes 3, yeah, definitely.
So that's really a jungle of content.
And so we talked several times about the graphic, but we can maybe go a bit deeper into what was the code of the game. So Frederic, okay, let's be honest. What was the code of Heroes 3 when you received it?
Okay, that was I can say that that was a mess. Okay, that was complicated. The dev team used a part of an old Linux source code with a mix of Windows source code and then try to make a version. The beginning was very complex. They tried to build a new version of everything and fix the path of each asset and things like that, which were not the same in the different part of the code. So it was very complicated, but they finally succeed to make a new version, and they emulated this with another tool to make it available on a PC and on tablet, because it's not supposed to be exactly the same code and the same thing, and they managed to make a complete version of for the free platform.
Okay, so basically the version of the game, for the bad game, it's the same on PC and tablet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can I say you guys are amazing? Really? Because working with Linux source code mixed with Windows and this on tablet, iOS, Android, and PC.
Dotemu made a really hard work. We dig into all the boxes and find old CD-ROM with even with old CD-ROM on Mac version and on PC version. It was a huge work. To dig into all of this. There are sort of Indiana Jones of Wall Street. It was impressive, very impressive. But it was impressive for Chengdu too, the base of Chengdu, which remained all these assets. And I know they had to do the same thing, so
they had to dig too, and well, maybe we can speak a little about the problems that you might have when you make a HD remaster of a 2D game, because that's a 2D game, even if, as far as I know, the assets were taken from 3D to 2D at the time, and now they're basically 2D. Thing is, when you remake everything, you have to be sure that every pixel is the right place, even though you have much more pixels because you're in high resolution. That's quite difficult actually, because when you put together everything into the game, and if you have pixels that are not placed right, well, the asset might disappear, or things might come, might overlap, and well, that's something quite crazy we had to deal with.
Yeah, it's only one pixel.
Only one pixel can make the difference.
Shut the game into something.
And you have 25,000 assets.
Yeah.
Imagine.
But it was a funny game.
Yeah, that was fun.
Creating the game was a funny game. We still have some questions concerning the game. So what is the max resolution of the game right now? Something big?
Max resolution, you can find it in the launcher at the beginning of the game. You can play it on full HD screen, so that's quite huge. I don't have the numbers in my head, but
yeah, it's I think it is even more than 1080p. You can go a bit further, I think. Yeah, you can go further this one. Okay. Concerning the retail edition of the game, yes, it is a Steam key. The game on PC only is available on Steam. You don't have to have a Uplay account or anything. You just have to go into your Steam account and just add your key. So let's go back to a few more town screen. Yeah, let's see. So here we're back 99 again.
Oh, you have to admit it's alright.
No, it's more than this project, so Dotemu. So some of you guys may already know this studio because they were more or less specialized in this type of adaptation, I think.
yes, that's their specialty to emulate old game and make them quite new. They already work with us for Raymond, if I'm right, and
yeah, they did other projects that's not Ubisoft,
that's
really
like
it
to search all things and make it new, and they are very passionate about it. So they have a huge portfolio, I would say.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it was a pleasure to work with them. They know how to port games, but they also know how to port them to tablets, and this is something that might be kind of difficult in at the beginning.
And yeah, they were very dynamic. They are young, so it's funny to see people who are young and say, "Oh, I played J3 when I was young, and I can work on it now," and that's the case around. And for the other studio, we have Ubisoft Chengdu for the graphical assets, and they were funny too because they said, "Oh, H3, the same thing. H3, it was so funny. I've tested other Heroes of Might and Magic before with Ubisoft, so it's fun. I make it again." And the most impressive thing about this reminders and remembers was the Bucharest team.
Yeah.
That's our testing team, and the guys are very involved in the game because they all played it when they were child.
Yeah.
So
very famous game
yeah.
in many countries.
I saw personally one of our testers who were coming in Paris to meet us, having some passionate speak and saying, "Oh, I didn't know I would be one day in Heroes 3 credits," and for that, thank you.
Yeah, that's something very great.
Yeah.
So for a few minutes I have a lot of people saying that we are new because yes, I cheated but I forgot to recruit my army. I was sure that I had all those amazing creatures, but well, sorry guys, it's the direct live stream, you know, it's a lot of stress, difficult, yeah.
Be sure to find us online so we can find who's the best.
Yeah, we could do that maybe one day. Organize live Twitch with you guys and do competition with the team. Maybe we can think about it. Yeah. So we have also a question about will there be update about the game? So I'm not sure about what people mean, but right now we have so as you said before, we have the latest version of the game, so including all patches even after the release of the extension. So it is a complete edition of the Restoration of Heroes. Yeah, it was not the best word to use. And do we plan to do any further update? I don't think that we will add content in the game, but of course, if we identify issues or major bugs of the new version, we will of course do updates.
Yes, of course. Update to correct or fix maybe some remaining things if there are, but other updates in terms of content for the moment is not in the project.
Okay. Don't know about you guys, but I will be able to watch this game for hours. So okay, so we have question about Heroes 7. It's not the purpose of this Twitch, but can maybe say a few words about it, because what really motivated us to create this game was the fact that it was the 15th anniversary of Heroes 3 last year, and this year it is the 20th anniversary of the Heroes saga. So for 20 years, people have been losing their nights fighting dragons and recruiting angels. So we are today in a celebration year. We will talk about all the other games during all year long. We will do retrospective of all games, so starting from Heroes 1 to Heroes 7, because Heroes 7 is supposed to be released this year. So you will be able to know more about this game, or about Souls games, in the following months. But if you want more information about Heroes 7, just follow us on mmh7.com, so the Shadow Conceal for the ones that already know it. Sorry.
Nice.
That's better.
So we have again question about the maps. Are we able to import the old maps into this one? Yeah. Again, yeah.
Still can. We will.
We didn't change them out since the beginning.
No, maybe you weren't there at the beginning, so that's why you didn't hear us talking about it. But yes, you have all these restoration of Arathia maps compatible with beautiful new assets.
Talking about Heroes 3, the original version. We have a question. Which is your favorite hero from Heroes 3? For me, Solmir. But Sandra, Solmir. I think it was.
That would be Catherine for me. Well, I think this is Queen Catherine, of course. Yeah,
of course. Please respect.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I was about to say. Actually, I pay my respects to Queen Catherine. It was really nice to have such a strong female character at the time. In '99, when video games were not totally considered as yeah, something that would be interesting for everyone and mature people. And I think that's nice to have Heroes 3 with such a strong female character. That's why I think our story is really interesting. And, yeah.
So yeah, guys, we are French.
Did you notice that?
We have.
I'm trying my best.
We are doing our best to speak not so bad English, but yeah, we are French and très bien. Très bien. Français, monsieur, tout à fait. Sorry for English, but don't worry, it does not affect our passion for the game at all.
Yeah.
Speaking about Heroes 3, what we did is when we decided to recreate this game, we really wanted to, how to put this, to pay tribute to the original game. And what we did is that we decided to also contact some people of the team, from the previous team, to ask them, okay guys, it was amazing what you did here, and we would like to really thank you for this. And we asked them a few questions. So we are still waiting for the answers of John Bad Kedegam, and we will share them with you very soon, but it will be really interesting, guys. For now, we already had answers of David Mulek. David Mulek was the producer of the original game. So a big thank you to David for all his answers. You will be able to discover them, I think tomorrow, to be published tomorrow, along with some review of the game that will be already available, I think, and with the launch trailer of the game. Unfortunately, we don't have it today, but tomorrow you will have the opportunity to see the launch trailer of the game, and maybe identify some of your quotes around here.
Stay tuned again, guys. You'll have more tomorrow. You'll have the game anyway, so you can have fun with it. Oh, it's back. I can see it. Black Dragon. Yeah. Nice.
So nice.
So if you had one creature to choose in Heroes 3, guys?
Black Dragon.
Black Dragon?
Maybe Gold
Easy
Dragon.
choice.
Yeah, no, Black Dragon. Yeah. It's a perfect one. And in HD, he really has this angry look. I like him.
Yeah, it's definitely more impressive.
Or the vampire. I really like the vampire. The one you see here was so funny to redesign too. We went into a bit of trouble at first because the creature in SD was quite difficult to. Well, the artist had a few difficulties to understand how the developers put it, and we went back to the concept arts. We saw how they were, and I think we got the right mood of that.
For me, it would be the Dread Knight, but it's just because I'm Necropolis player.
Yeah.
So
Of course.
Of
Easy
course.
choice too.
yeah, very easy choice, I must admit. So maybe a question for you, Frederic, again. So on which iPad will the game be available? So do you know?
Yeah, of course I know.
It's better than you know.
Yeah, on all iPad but the first one.
Okay.
So that's
starting on iPad 2.
Yeah, iPad 2 and the mini one. We advise you to use a strong iPad because it's better to play the game. And about the OS, we started at the iOS 5, so it's available for almost everyone.
Almost everyone, yeah. And concerning Android, any specific? There's a lot of devices, so we won't go into details.
I can tell you that on Android we are compatible with 1,900 devices, so the last one should be okay.
Yeah, it should be okay. There is some unofficial Heroes 3 remakes on Android, Google Play. Are you going to reclaim your rights and remove them? Actually, it's not of our resort, it's really a legal constraint. At least they don't provide the game, just launchers. We, of course, tried them. I tried them on my side because I really wanted to play it. It's just launcher most of the time, where you can only download the demo of the game, especially for Heroes 2. So for now, I don't think we are doing something, but it is not something that I can confirm.
Yeah, in any case, it doesn't redesign all the assets. Yeah, basically. Not our place here to talk about this.
Not at all. Will the game be available in China?
Yes, the game will be available in China on Steam on PC for the day of the launch. It will be available a bit later in Chinese for iPad version,
Okay.
iPad only. We won't have any Chinese version of Android version, but on iPad it will be available very soon. I don't have the date in mind, maybe in a week.
Okay, so no, it's not a big
It's
deal
not,
at all.
no.
And what about North Korea? I don't think to be available in English for everyone,
Yeah,
but
it could be in English for everyone who has Steam. Should be okay. I don't know.
Interesting question.
yeah, it's an interesting question. I would prefer to ask this one. And will we be able to preload the game? I don't think so.
Reload the game.
Yeah, because the game will be available tomorrow at 6, and I think a lot of people will want to be able to play it right now.
We'll be there at midday trying to launch.
There is no preload, but I think if you're on fire, you'll be able to install it quickly and
Yeah.
play it.
And so, what is the size of the game? Actually, the new HD version, roughly,
The size?
on your drive.
Oh, about 2 gigabytes, something like that.
Okay, a bit less than 2 GB, I think.
Yeah.
No. And what about iPad? Because I think something that people.
On iPad, it's about a bit more than 1 gigabyte.
Okay, so it's not that much, but
Yeah.
you will be able to download it pretty quickly if you have a good
good
connection,
connection.
no problem at all. And I chose exactly the same map as I did before. Sorry.
Yeah, you really like it, we know that.
I'm not sure I understand. 2 gigabytes, not 20.
Not 20.
Not 20. 20 is way too much. Don't worry, guys. You will be able to play the game with almost all current PC, I think. No problem. With almost all current iOS and Android tablets. I don't know what this means. So again, for some people that are asking again, the game is available on both Steam and tablet tomorrow. Tomorrow at 6 European Central Time, so French timing. And for both platforms. Is there multiplayer support? Yes, there's multiplayer support, hot seats for both versions, and brand new Steamworks lobby for the Steam version, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, what I like about hot seat really on iPad is that before you had to move, you the player had to move in front of the computer that was big and had to stay here. Now you can all be on the couch and pass the tablet and that's the device that moves. It's really, really
There
fun
is
to think
no
about.
more hot seat possible.
Yeah,
Okay,
basically there are many hot seats.
Yeah, it's no longer hot seat. Don't sue us for this. It's just a name. We didn't choose it. Okay, I will cheat again just to show you the map. Sorry for you guys. Those maps. It's amazing. So what's the frame per second of the Evo 3 version in HD?
Well, that's a good question.
So what was the original
The
frame?
original was 15.
I think we kept more or less the same.
Yeah, that's
We
the
don't
same.
really-
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's turn-based game, so we kept all the animation intact. Just works better now. Anyway.
Is there a collector edition? We have box edition that will be available on several countries. Here we are in HD. In SD, sorry. We have a box edition and we will have a special collector edition only in China, I think.
Exactly, only in China.
Sorry guys.
Start your pre-orders in China.
Yeah, you can buy the Chinese version. It can be interesting. So it seems that some people ask us to show other towns, so we'll go for, let's say, I don't know what is my favorite map, but Emerald is probably good, but Stronghold, let's say.
Yeah.
So as you can see, all pictures or so it's kind of small here, but all faces have been reworked. It's even more impactful when you play on iPad because you are really close to the screen. And yeah, it would be something really great. Yeah, I don't know where I want to go with this because I saw a question that is not really related to this, because people are asking us if we are related to Euro 7 development. I am. I am a community developer of all Mighty Magic games that are branded with official IPTM. So I'm following right now only Euro 3 and Euro 7. That is quite an important task right now.
Indeed.
So I'm in charge of all exchanges with the fans, with all communication. So if you go into the Shadow Council, so the Mighty Magic Euro 7 website, I'm the one who will ask, will answer your question and publish articles.
As for me, we worked a little bit on Euro 7 in the beginning of the development, and now I still work with Erwin in the Mighty Magic team, but on other projects. Right.
And for you, Frederick, you don't work on Euro 7, fortunately.
No, not at all. And I'm on other projects now, but I can't say anything about that too. So that's a secret.
Secrets?
The game was announced.
Yeah,
The game was announced, but we don't want to say more for now. So here we go again with Stronghold. Stronghold. So most people remember about this little guy, the BMOS, and many people asking us, will he come back in Euro 7? We will see.
Yep.
That's all we can say. It's too early to say. I don't make any promise here. I don't spoil anything. Just we want to deliver the best. So let's see what we can say with this. Concerning us again, it seems. So what are your favorite Mighty Magic games?
What's that name?
I like this one.
Good choice.
I know.
That's an easy choice too.
Yeah, but I'm working on it since 1 year now, so
Yeah. Well, as for me, of course, Heroes 3 is important. Maybe not my favorite. Might and Magic a little. I'd say one of my favorite heroes with 5, Heroes 5 too. But my favorite, well, Might and Magic game as a whole would be, I don't know, between Might and Magic 10 and Dark Messiah. I really love Might and Magic 10. Was such a nice comeback to the roots of a franchise. And Dark Messiah was a new look on what we could do with an RPG, action RPG in Might and Magic. So yeah, it would be Might and Magic 10 and Dark Messiah.
Okay. As for me, as we already said before, I think it will be Heroes 3, but maybe really close to Heroes 2. Heroes 2 was a really great experience, even more at this time. It was impressive. Heroes 1 was good, it was a good experience, but I prefer Heroes 2, definitely. And I made mistake again. On the combat. Too bad. Difficult to speak and to play at the same time. And yeah, Dark Messiah also a really interesting project and huge potential. And I think Might and Magic 10 is an underestimated project.
Yeah,
because it has a lot to offer. If you go after several hours, you will discover the open world, and it is hours and hours of exploration, of combat, and real.
And there are
richer.
so many Easter eggs. I really would like to meet one guy that I've seen them all. There's just so many, and I think we can thank Julien Pirou for that.
Yeah, Julien Pirou was the one in charge of all the Easter eggs. And more, of course, a lot of more.
You can find Heroes 3 characters with the same names, even though they're not in the same universe. You can find them, some of them in Magic 10.
We have a surprising question right now. Are we planning to remake Blood and Honor and Day of the Destroyer games? I don't think it is on the pipe right now. Those are two interesting projects, I think, but for now it's not just. We are, now that we finished Heroes 3, we are focusing on Heroes 7 to deliver something really good, and to maybe what we can say is that we learn from our mistakes. We can assume it definitely. We learned what was bad, what was good on Heroes 6, and we really wanted to go back to the root, and I lost again.
I think it's a game over.
Yeah, again.
Oh, you have another hero. It's okay.
Yeah, it's on the order.
You can still win this. I believe in you.
I do. So yeah. So how much will it cost on Android? So $9.99. As for iPads, again available tomorrow. So yeah, talking about Dark Messiah again. So yeah, we really would like to do something, but it's really too early. We don't know. Just we don't know.
Are you going to win this time?
I hope I will, or I quit this job.
You have your chances. And you have the luck you too.
I will quit this job forever if I lose this one. Don't quit the game, I don't want to lose my...
I've got the escape key just in front of me.
Don't make my hero run away. Be good. So yeah, so we talked a lot about how we redesigned our creatures, or we went back to really respect tribute to the original game. We also added some new stuff like the Steam lobby, the iPad version. So it is a really great project for us. We are really glad we were able to do it. We hope it will be something that the fan will really appreciate. It's not a full revamp of the game like other titles could have done before. But that wasn't the point of this project at all. We really wanted to keep this Heroes 3 feeling.
Yeah, you would anyway have been disappointed if we made any drastic changes to the game, and that's not really, if we wanted to respect, and that's what we want, to pay homage to the old dev team and when they did this such amazing game. This wouldn't have been appropriate to change too many things. And that's quite difficult, and that's hard work to try and redesign completely, redraw completely the creature with keeping the same feeling and not making mistakes. It's really a challenge, I think, and that's been amazing to work on.
We have a question about number of factions. We'll have all traditional Restoration of Eurasia faction. Yeah. So no complaints, sorry guys. But you will have all the main Heroes 3 experience on Steam with the online lobby, so you'll be able to invite your friends, join online game, etc. And on the go with the travel version. So let's. I don't think we already saw this one, but the one that we always forget for me is Fortress. I'm sorry, Fortress player.
Fortress is nice.
Yeah, Fortress is really nice, but I don't know why it wasn't really my cup of tea. How many seats available on iPad? Same as traditional game. You will be able to play with 7 friends.
Yeah.
So